filming?
Yep.
Why?
We're doing a trick tip on switch flips.
Oh, alright. Well, I'm Dan Holshoe, and I'm going to teach you how to switch flip. Accessoires. I'm going to teach you guys how to switch flip. Oh, Heather. This is the foot positioning for a switch flip, if that's what you were here for. So, your front foot. I prefer to put mine right here. There's a lot of different ways you can put your feet.
That's where the front foot goes.
That's where your front foot goes, right there.
I see it.
And your back foot goes kind of like this, if you like I do.
Nice shoe, by the way.
But then there's a ton of other ways you can put your feet. You can have your foot like this, and your back foot like this.
You can have it like a normal kickflip, like a.
You can have it like this and like this, and
you basically just gotta try.
many ways to try.
You basically just gotta try all the ways and see what you
try them all.
See what you're comfortable with.
See what you like best. By the way, shut up, Isaiah. Alright, so then this is how you do a switch flip. Okay, you know what? I'm sitting down for this because it's slippery and I'm rolling and it's hard.
Nah.
Okay. To do a switch flip, you put your feet in your foot switch flip position. And then pop. Just gotta, don't be afraid to pop. And like right when you pop, just flick it like that, just like a little bit, just kind of like that. And then the board will flip. And you gotta jump to let it flip, because it's gonna flip pretty fast, but
and pretty low too.
And pretty low as hell. So you gotta make sure you jump right and you give it some time. And then when you see it come around, you just gotta smack it all down with your back foot, and then bring your front foot around too, because I know that I have to bring my front foot over after my back foot, because it's really hard to get one of those catches where it's almost 2 feet. It's really complicated when you're doing switch flips, harder than kick flips. And let me see, if you're doing like that foot positioning, you gotta do more of an actual flick instead of kind of just a little flick out. And then if you do this foot positioning, this is if you want to just kick down, get it to flip, and this is basically your jump start to switch flips right here. This is how I started doing them, and now I got them like really easy. So I started doing them like this, and I would just kick down after I like switch out. I would like kick down and jump, and then get back on. So that's another option you got right there. So let me see, you do that, and then you're probably going to want to switch to the foot positioning I have now, which is like that. And yeah. Also, I recommend learning nollie flips before switch flips for a lot of people, because they're easier to balance. This guy right here, he didn't learn switch flip. He didn't learn nollie flip before switch flips. And that's why it took him so long to get a switch flip on film for this.
Yeah,
don't listen to him.
Kinda took me a pretty while.
It is so much preference with this trick. It's all completely individual. So really, you gotta try them out all yourself. You kinda gotta figure out the foot positioning you like and gets the most efficiency out of it. So yeah, go out there and try some switch flips.
Common mistakes for the switch flip. One common mistake that I definitely had was when you flick it, and then like it would just like go like that. You land your foot over here, you would flip, and you would be right here, back foot on the bolts. You know, your front foot's out. I don't know how to really fix it. You just kind of gotta probably maybe put your foot a little back, just a little bit, and then just kind of like kick it out really fast and bring it back. Because if you kick it out slow, you're just gonna like make your foot stay out there while it flips. So just kind of pop it, then just really quick, kind of tap it. So just move your foot back, and then just flick it, let it flip, and land. It's kind of one of those tricks, in my opinion. It may not be like this to you guys, but when I got it, when I landed my first one, it was like, oh, I get it now. I get the picture. So yeah. So another problem is not being able to flick it. It's kind of like you do it and your board just goes like that and you land on it, and it's like you just keep doing it. It'll like go like that and then bring it back down and be like, what the f. Well, you basically just kind of maybe like move your foot a little bit like this, because I kind of tend, like, when you do it, it'll be easier to flick it, you know what I mean? Or,
yeah, totally.
because like, I don't know, for switch flips it's awkward because you kind of Dane kind of learned them like this, with his foot more like vertical.
My foot was like in the middle and like perfectly straight.
Because I don't know, like for some reason you can just kind of like just tap it a little bit faster and it'll actually like get the full rotation for you. But once you get them, because that's how I landed my first one.
I'll throw my first one in here real quick. It's on video, so.
Yeah. Okay, now that you saw this first one, yeah, I mean that's how I landed mine too. And I was on carpet. And I just went like kind of like that, and I just flipped it, and I landed. I'm like, oh my gosh! And then like I kind of had my foot more angled because I got the picture. Now I got the feeling of it, and I just got it more often. So I'm still working on them at this moment. Kind of just got the trick. So, but
Another problem is over rotating.
yeah, over rotating for sure. You're probably having your foot kind of way too back, maybe more pointed. And your phone just went off, by the way. You're more pointed, and like maybe you flick too hard. Cause I don't know, like there was some clips of me in there doing doubles, but not landing it, just kind of like flipping too fast. I don't know, it's really weird. But you just kind of maybe move your foot up, kind of where Dane does now, more by the bolts, and maybe have your feet more angled, and then when you flick it, you'll flip. Another problem is kind of a problem I had for regular kickflips, but I never really had this problem with switch flips. You flick it, you turn your hips, and then you kind of land perpendicular to the board, like that. So, one way to fix it is just keep your hips straight. Kind of just tell your mind to just.
And maybe even try, instead of trying to keep your hips straight, almost try to do like a shifty flip and go backside instead of front side.
Yeah, that's true.
Because that helped me, and that made it so that I could learn my kickflips.
Yeah, and you can also do like the thing people do normally with learning kickflips, kind of grab on two things, like two objects, and then pull yourself up. Two trash bins, or for what I did it on a mini ramp, kind of like the railings of a mini ramp. I held on to them and did it. I don't know, for some reason after I landed like 3 of them like that, then like I kind of got the picture better. Like then like a couple days later I landed my first one. So I don't know, it's kind of weird, but
it just helps for you to be able to see what happens when you flip it under your feet and
what it feels like and what it looks like and everything. So I guess that's basically it for common mistake. Some variations for the switch flip are kick flips. I say kick flip because it's basically the reverse of a switch flip. So.
Or the switch flip is the reverse of a kick flip,
Yeah,
actually. Whatever.
Another variation of the switch flip is the nollie flip. Sketch. Alright. Then another variation is the switch frontside flip.
Oh, you actually got it.
Sketch. Can we redo that? Redo. I'm Dan Holshoe and I'm going to teach you how to switch flip. Ow. I'm Dan Holshoe and I'm going to teach you how to switch flip.
You betcha.
Don't do that next time. I'm Dan Holshoe and I'm going to teach you how to switch flip.
Oh yeah.
Cut! I'm Dan Holshoe and I might try to teach you how to switch flip or something.
Depends what mood
Depends
he's
on
in.
the day and what I feel like I'm doing and stuff.
Depends on the mood.
I'm Dan Holshoe and I'm going to teach you nothing. This is the foot positioning for a switch flip, guys.